Have you ever felt a strong sense of unease about a situation or decision in your life, but couldn't quite put your finger on why? Or maybe you've had a gut feeling telling you something isn't right, but chose to ignore it. In this video, we'll discuss 10 common signs the universe sends us to alert us that it may be time to pause and reconsider the path we're on. Our intuition and higher awareness often try to guide us away from potential dangers or wrong turns through subtle prompts like physical symptoms, avoidance behaviors, relationship tensions, and more. However, we don't always listen to these inner warnings. I'll break down exactly what to look out for so you can better recognize when the universe may be trying to grab your attention and steer you in a healthier direction. By developing a closer relationship with our intuition, we empower ourselves to make choices from a place of inner peace rather than fear or unrest. So whether you're dealing with a career decision, relationship issue, or crisis of purpose, pay close attention to these signs. They just may save you from mistakes, hurt, or wasted time down the road. Are you open to learning how to better heed the subtle cues that guide us to our highest good? Then let's get into the 10 warning signs from the universe. Before watching this video, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. This is very important to us. Sign 1. Repeated bad feelings or anxiety about a situation. When contemplating an important decision or course of action in your life, you may find that you consistently experience uneasy, nervous, or anxious feelings about it when you allow your mind to dwell on it. These uncomfortable emotions may arise in your gut, chest area, or as generalized anxiety. Pay close attention to these internal sensations, as they could be your intuition trying to get your attention and warn you that this situation is one that does not feel quite right for you. Our bodies often pick up on energetic or intuitive cues outside of our conscious awareness, and discomfort can be one way our intuition communicates concern to us. If you notice that no matter how much you think about the decision or plan, you just can't seem to shake this off feeling, it may be a red flag that needs further exploration. Ask yourself probing questions about what exactly makes you feel this way. Trace it back to its root to gain clarity. Getting clear on the source of unease can provide insight. Sometimes a lingering sense of dread in the pit of our stomach comes from an unconscious awareness of risks or problems we aren't consciously seeing yet. Give your anxious feelings respect and credibility. They could be trying to protect you from potential danger, harm, loss, or wrong turns down the road. It's also helpful to consider if there may be other, less risky options you haven't seriously considered, yet that don't provoke the same level of worry and distress. Keeping an open mind to alternatives can help when facing big decisions accompanied by inner turmoil. If bad feelings persist over time and you're unable to resolve their source or fully reassure yourself despite rational analysis, it's usually best to acknowledge these internal promptings as a plea to proceed with great caution, or to stop and reconsider your direction entirely till you have greater clarity and calmness. You don't want to proceed in fear without being sure of your choices. With patience and attention, you can develop the ability to perceive intuitive warnings like this as helpful guides to preserve your well-being, peace of mind, and life path. But you must be willing to gain the insight, even if it means letting go of what your mind wants right now to serve your deepest truth and highest good. Sign 2. Synchronicity. We live in a complex world, but sometimes the universe seeks to provide guidance through meaningful coincidences and signs that catch our attention. Pay close heed when you experience strange synchronicities or recurring symbols around a particular decision or situation, as these can be omens trying to impart wisdom. For example, you may constantly notice a certain number, like 1111, just when thinking of someone important to a choice you're facing. Or signs in nature like certain birds consistently appearing whenever you contemplate a new path, as birds are thought to carry spiritual messages. Repeatedly dreaming about a similar scenario involved also falls into this category. These types of coincidences that cannot be rationally explained sometimes actually contain deep intuitive intelligence, with their frequent, timely occurrences aimed at urging us to alter our perspective. They cut through the usual noise of life to to help shed light on an issue troubling our subconscious. Pay close attention to any details or themes within these signs, as they may contain symbolic clues about the concerns, risks, or adjustments surrounding your present crossroads. Their uncanny persistence desires your attention, so do your best to interpret them intuitively through free-flowing thought. Question whether the messages resonating through these omens align with your inner sense of right action. Do they advise caution or a change in approach? If the signs seem to repeatedly point you away from something specific through their meaningful depictions, respect their attempt to reroute you to safer ground. Trust that these guiding coincidences aim only to support your highest welfare. Though their purpose may not be instantly clear, keeping an open yet discerning mind can help their import reveal itself in due course and aid you in making choices from a place of empowered clarity rather than doubt or confusion. With patience, divinely sent signs will see you true. Sign 3. Physical symptoms. Our minds and bodies are deeply interconnected, so when we are weighing an important decision that creates inner turmoil, it can manifest physically in the form of symptoms. Pay attention if you notice unexplained headaches, stomachache, digestive issues, changes in appetite, or sleep problems when pondering a particular choice or situation. Our bodies may be signaling tension, worry, or stress about something that doesn't feel completely aligned with our well-being. The gut is thought to be our second brain, finely tuned to intuition, so stomach upset could reflect our subconscious having doubts. Lack of sleep may stem from unconscious unrest that a decision process is incomplete or needs reassessment. Take these physical manifestations seriously as potential alerts. Give your body the compassion to hear what it's trying to communicate through discomfort. Our health can start to falter when we ignore inner promptings or proceed against our core knowing. At the same time, avoid panicking. Physical symptoms alone don't necessarily mean you need to change course, but they do warrant exploring further to gain clarity. Ask yourself thoughtful questions about why this issue may be disturbing your usual functionality and equilibrium. What in particular is provoking unease? Physical signals often provide insightful feedback if we make the effort to decode them. Once you gain understanding, changes may unfold naturally, like finding alternatives, taking time to think, gaining counsel or reassurance. But be prepared for the possibility that symptoms indicate it's best to alter approach or reconsider direction entirely for your well-being. Trust that your body only wants the best for you. By listening with an open heart for wisdom within symptoms, you give your whole system, mind, body, spirit, a voice towards empowered healing and choices made from a centered space of certainty, not fear or stress. Sign 4. Avoidance behaviors. When facing important decisions, it's common to feel uneasy or experience doubts. But paying close attention if you catch yourself regularly avoiding really thinking through an issue can be revealing. Impulsive actions like procrastinating a choice, distracting yourself excessively, or denying fears and concerns are potential red flags. Putting off making a decision could stem from an unconscious desire to buy more time, as our deeper self may not feel fully settled or ready. Constantly finding ways to occupy our minds to avoid reflection may likewise shield us from unease we aren't yet willing to confront. And dismissing worries as silly keeps us from valid self-inquiry. These avoidance tactics can become a coping mechanism to sidestep confronting what we really know or feel without admitting it consciously. But they prevent the clarity needed to choose our optimal path. By distracting or delaying, we risk missing signs we're meant to heed. So ask yourself honestly, am I procrastinating action to maintain an illusion of being undecided, instead of facing what my instinct truly intends? Could I be avoiding thinking deeply because down below, I may already sense the answer my mind isn't ready for? Although uncomfortable, truly sit with feelings of fear or uncertainty to understand their essence and message. Respect avoidance behaviors as potential alerts that further soul-searching may be advisable before committing to a decision made from denial, not truth. With courageous self-reflection, inner wisdom can emerge to light our way. Sign 5. Relationship tensions. Our closest relationships act like mirrors, reflecting back to us any inner dissonance or areas of needed growth. So if you're facing an important decision, yet find yourself increasingly arguing, disconnecting, or confused with those closest to you, take note. It may be a signal to pause and comprehend what's really playing out below the surface. Relationships anchored in trust, respect, and understanding tend to weather life's storms. But tensions with others at decision crossroads could represent unconscious doubts, fears, or shadow aspects emerging due to inner chaos that relationship mirrors reveal to help us. Pay attention to recurring themes in arguments. What button is constantly being pushed? Similarly, withdrawing from or acting differently with people who care about us most may stem from our own discomfort facing what they represent, carrying reflections of our distress we've not yet soothed alone. And confusion in communicating with others shows mental cloudiness surrounding our decision not yet broken through. Rather than blame relationship tensions on external factors, look within at how your turmoil may be unconsciously spilling out and what it's trying to tell you. With patience and courage to understand all parts of self, clarity can emerge. Honoring relationship mirrors by pausing until calmness returns is sometimes key to aligning mind, body, and spirit before critical actions. Overall, tensions with those closest may simply signal it's not yet time to commit to a big choice. More reflection and self-inquiry could be just what's needed to reassure both yourself and important relationships before proceeding confidently. Sign 6. Loss of passion or purpose. When contemplating a significant decision, one of the most important signs to heed is your level of passion and motivation about the potential path. A true calling will energize your spirit and light creative fires from within. But pay attention if over time, your drive and excitement begin to wane without satisfactory explanation. A loss of purposeful zeal could indicate inner doubts whether this direction truly resonates with your highest self or talents. Feeling bored, uninspired, or going through the motions often reveals a deeper disconnect at the soul level that instincts are aware of before the conscious mind. Without passion to fuel long-term focus and follow-through, even theoretically positive choices risk stalling or seeming more like obligations than callings. And that leads to dissatisfaction, stagnation of gifts, and missed opportunities to cultivate work anchored in true fascination or service. So reflect deeply if lack of enthusiasm seems attached to any specific situation more than general life ebbs and flows. Ask if it's awakened you inherently or just appealed on surface levels that can't sustain over the long haul of challenges. Our purpose yearns to unfold through projects igniting flow states, not tedious tasks draining our spirit. If passion fades without a concrete reason or solution, it may signify needing to recharge our batteries through realigning with inspirations expressing our deepest talents. There's no shame in honestly admitting when a path transforms from magnet to grindstone. With courage to listen inwardly, new exciting doors of purpose will open. Sign 7. Restrictions from external forces. When facing an important decision, pay attention to any barriers, delays, or limitations that arise in pursuing the option you're considering. Repeated closed doors, hold-ups, or refusals from external players could serve as signs to explore alternatives. The universe often provides obstacles to gently redirect us towards our highest growth when we're on the wrong track. Forces beyond our control that prevent forward movement may not be personal attacks, but guidance to reconsider approach or direction with an open mind. For example, if an important meeting falls through just as you're ready to commit, or a pivotal opportunity suddenly vanishes without reason, don't assume these are random setbacks. Look for their lesson by pausing to reflect on authentic self-doubts or small voices of intuition attempting to speak up. Restrictive outcomes from circumstances largely outside your control could reflect protective intervention to stop plans lacking essential insight or long-term viability. The same objectives may materialize far more positively down another avenue that feels more intuitive or natural once resistance lifts. Rather than force unavailable doors, acknowledge limitations as requests for patience and flexibility until clarity emerges. With calm observation of rerouted progress, alternative solutions illuminated by inner wisdom often surface organically. By releasing attachments, greater opportunities harmonizing with your true path can take shape. So when forks arise, remember that whilst some highways dead end, life's detours frequently lead to much richer destinations aligned with your highest calling. External constraints may simply help guide you there. Sign 8. Intuitive messages. Within each of us lies a subtle inner guidance system constantly seeking to protect our well-being and point us to our life's purpose through what some call intuition. This inner wisdom speaks mostly as gentle whispers, which is why listening with focus and an open mind is important. Pay close attention to any strong gut instincts, inner promptings, or heart-centered feelings drawing you powerfully away from a particular decision or path. These intuitive impressions cut through mental debates to deliver soul-level insight about what direction truly honors your deepest truth. If a choice begins to leave you with a sinking stomach or strong inner push to steer clear despite outward enticements, don't ignore this inner knowing. Our intuition wires us to avoid dangers, both physical and spiritual, before the rational mind comprehends why. Its wisdom often speaks simpler than thoughts. At the same time, recognize intuitive messages require discernment without panic. Clarify strong impressions through contemplation, prayer if applicable, or by trusting intuitives. But when all feels certain that a significant change attack is needed, respect your soul's guidance as coming from a place of protection and purpose far greater than what the eyes see. Intuition offers a sacred gift if we make space to perceive its whispers. By following heart wisdom during crossroads, peaceful assurance replaces doubt as we align with the current meant to carry us closest to our highest destiny. Inner wisdom never leads astray. Sign 9. Aligning with your values. When facing an important decision, taking time for deep inner reflection on your core values can provide meaningful guidance. Our true principles act as a compass pointing towards choices energizing our spirit. However, if a potential path seems to significantly clash with what we hold deeply meaningful, it may not be advisable long-term. Values stem from our essence, things like integrity, health, relationships, contribution, autonomy, creativity. So ask yourself if a decision respects what nourishes your soul or violates aspects integral to your well-being and self-respect. For example, would it compromise personal ethics, time with loved ones, or hobbies essential to balance? Our values reflect needs of the inner landscape as much as outer wants. So paying attention to any mismatches and making adjustments to preserve principles is key to choosing from an empowered space, not fear or scarcity. With clarity on what energizes our being, priorities aligning with our essence can shine through confusion. Additionally, major life changes may call us to reassess values to honor growth. But swift, impulsive values shifts out of panic usually indicate an inner urgency to recenter, not a genuine evolution. Through stillness, our true principles will anchor and guide us to what nourishes both spirit and circumstance. By reflecting deeply on what really matters most, we give our intuition clear signposts to discern whether a potential path resonates or sounds alarm bells. Our well-lived values light the way to fulfilling choices naturally sustaining both stability and progress. Sign 10. Inviting in wisdom. When facing an important decision, another way we can gain clarity is by opening ourselves up to receive guidance from spiritual forces beyond our ordinary senses. Our higher or inner self, angels, spirit guides, by whatever name, seek only to support our well-being and life purpose through love, wisdom, and truth. Make space to connect with these benevolent presences through meditative stillness, prayerful intention, or simply asking within for perspective. Express your challenges clearly yet without attachment, inviting clarity and insight. Then allow inner promptings, intuitive flashes, peaceful sensations, or downloaded knowledge to arise as answers. Pay attention to any potential warnings or suggestions of alternate paths that feel deeply resonant. Trust that guidance coming from a place of unconditional care for our highest good, not rules or limitations, will leave us reassured yet freer to choose. But we must quiet the mind, release fear and doubts, and demonstrate willingness to understand all aspects of a situation fully. If guidance repeatedly urges proceeding carefully, exploring options further, or waiting till signs grow clearer, respect its advice as coming from a place of heightened awareness for our protection and growth. Spiritual beings see the bigger picture and longer-term consequences in a way our limited perspective cannot. By making conscious contact with wise helpers, we empower intuition and unite mind with spirit for discernment beyond surface thinking. In stillness and trusting receptivity, their perspective can alleviate fears to reveal opportunities, bringing closer to life purpose. Inner wisdom never steers us wrong when we have the patience to comprehend its insights.